Alright, so last week we set up MariaDB. This week what we're going to end up doing is for the people who don't want to use the terminal to manage a database, we're going to set up Adminer. So if that sounds good to you, let's get started. Alright, so to get started, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to jump over here to our Docker container. We're going to go down here and verify MariaDB is already started. It is, and the reason why I validate that it started, this is my test server, and a lot of times I have these turned off. So let's go over to the apps, and then we're going to look up the Adminer. And then now we're here. This gives you kind of a brief description so we can read more. And it kind of tells you a little background about Adminer. And since this is developed for MySQL, since MariaDB is built off that, we'll be able to use Adminer to connect to MariaDB. So I'll go ahead and can install. And then we have the Adminer, we have the overview. We have like a plugins, and we have the themes links right here. If you guys want to use those, you can like click on those and learn more about them. And we'll go down here, network type. Set a bridge. For you guys keep yours as a bridge. For me, I got some custom networks, so I'm just going to put database right there because I like to keep them together. And we'll go down, has an option for Telescale. We're not going to use that. Webport 8080 theme and plugins. This is where you can go to the link and get your own theme and plugins, tell you how to use those, and you can type in a new theme or add a plugin on here. I'm not going to do anything in that. I'm just going to keep this as the default, and then we're just going to hit apply and then start the build, and then we'll just have to wait until this is done building. So we're done. We'll just go here and hit done, and then we can go back to our Docker containers, and then we see Adminer right up here, and we can click on this and we can go look at the logs just to see if we see any errors. Looks like it started, so we'll just exit out of that right now. So now we'll go up here, and then we'll go to the WebUI, and then we have the drop down. Like up here we have the different databases we can use, and we can use the MySQL. Server name is the host name and the port. So we'll just go back over here, look at that. We have the host name and the port. We'll just take it right here, copy that, and then we can do that right there. Now, we could just put in our name of our server like in this section if you wanted to. Alright, so username, I'm just going to do the root, and then my password was like root because again, this is my test server, and I usually delete these or turn them off after I'm done with them. Next thing we're going to do, leave database blank. If we have a database we wanted to go directly into, we could do that. For me, I'm going to leave it blank, and I'm just going to hit login. And then there it is. There's my different databases. Alright, so what we can do is, if you remember in my last video, we created a test database. That test database is right here. We can click on test, and then right here we have a table named Star Wars, and that's the table that we created. We can hit Star Wars, and right here it defaults to the show structure, so it shows what that table structure looked like. Now if I want to see what data is actually in here, I can hit select data and actually have my different character names in here. Now I can modify there and hit edit if I want to. I'm not going to do that in this video. Another thing we can do, we can go up here to alter table, and this way we can change the information inside the table itself, meaning that if I wanted to add like a higher count of varchar, I can. If I want to change that variable type, I can. I'm not going to do any of that for this video, just letting you know that it's there if you want to do it. Go back up here to my breadcrumbs, hit Star Wars again, and new item. So if I want to add a character here, I could do this. Instead of writing the insert command, I can just do this in the front end and just hit save and insert next, or save if it's only going to be one record. So if I go back up here to the breadcrumb and just hit my IP address where my host name was, what we can do is we can look at the privileges of our database, and this just tells you like all our users, and if I want, we can edit, and it will give you a list of the privileges that person has, and we can select which ones we want, and we can save it, or we can just drop the user. It's no big deal. Alright, so after we hit our breadcrumb, we're back here at our main entry point. If we wanted to, we could create a database, and I'll just say hello database, and then we'll just hit save, and it brings us back, and we can alter the database, the schema, the privileges. We can create a table, create a view. We're not going to do any of that. I just wanted to show you could create a database, and we'll click on that, and then we'll see the hello database up there. Alright, so this is a pretty simple interface. So if you don't want to use stuff over here, you still have the option just to go over here and run your SQL command. And if you remember, we have that test database with the Star Wars table. We could do select star from Star Wars, and over here this is the database, so we'd have to go down here to test to get this to execute. Now if you don't put test over here, take that away. Anyway, so select star from Star Wars. Okay, and semicolon, and we execute that, and then it shows it up here with our characters' names. Now what I was going to show you earlier is, like, if you have this blank, what you'd have to do is hit select star from, and then you have to tell the database name, which is test in this case, and then we do Star Wars for our table, and then we can execute that, and then it'll be executed up there. So that's pretty much it. I'm talking about, you're just going to have to go in and play with this if you like to do it this way. If not, you always have that option to do it from the command line. So we're going to end it here, and I'll talk to you guys later.